Here are 10 mistakes that beginners make in Phasmophobia. Number 1. Taking the journal too seriously. The journal contains an entry for every ghost, showing the evidences as well as a brief description. However, these entries are more of a starting point than an actual guide. Some of them at best hint at what the ghost actually does, while others are straight up misleading. The wiki does a much better job at explaining all the ghosts. Number 2. Truck camping. Truck camping is a bit of a funny thing that happens a lot when beginners play multiplayer. Basically, instead of being inside and, you know, actually doing objectives, they try to take more of a back seat because they're scared of the ghost.
Uno, where are you? Haven't seen you around for a while.
Oh, well, don't worry, I'm just watching for dots from the truck.
Are you going to help with any of the objectives?
Well, if you need any items, I can deliver them for you to the front door.
So, are you not going to help?
Yeah, of course I'm helping. I can keep an eye on the activity board and tell you if there's any activity. See, the activity level is at 0 right now. To be fair, there's nothing wrong with being scared. It is a horror game after all. But if you're going to play it safe, there's more productive ways to do that, like carrying a smudge stick with you or taking pills. Number 3. Holding active electronics while hiding. During hunts, the ghost can find you if your flashlight is on or if you're holding active electronic equipment, including a photo cam. This may seem like the most obvious thing ever, but 1, the game doesn't really warn you about this as far as I'm aware, even though it's very important to know. And 2, if I had a nickel for every time I saw someone die because of this, I would have a lot more money than I earned for my last video. Number 4, open mic. Not everyone has a quiet gaming environment, which is why push to talk exists. Unfortunately, every other public lobby squad seems to have a person who uses open mic, and then you just hear someone else talking in the background throughout the entire game. This can get you killed during hunts, and if your teammates are in the same hiding spot, it can get them killed too. This is the equivalent of taking a baby to a concert and sitting in the front row. Like, what else do you expect to happen? Number 5. Not bringing enough items. Even a lot of beginners understand that you shouldn't bring every single item you can afford, but some people take this to the opposite extreme. If you don't take items that are necessary for secondary objectives, then you're limiting how much money you can earn. Also, smudge sticks, pills, and crucifixes improve your chances of surviving, so not taking them isn't exactly saving you money. Number 6. Avoiding hunts. I think there comes a point in every beginner's journey where they feel comfortable doing most of the objectives at high sanity, but once there's any possibility of getting hunted, they drop what they're doing in GTFO. The problem is that you'll never overcome your fears if you don't face them. If you have a smudge stick and a hiding spot nearby, you are basically guaranteed to survive the hunt. Ultimately, hunts aren't that dangerous unless they're unexpected and you didn't prepare for it. Thus, I advise beginners to practice deliberately starting hunts to see how simple it is when you're in control of the situation. Number 7. Taking crappy pictures. To maximize rewards, you want to take 3-star pictures only, which requires you to be close. I understand that the ghost picture can be tricky, but the others should not be. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, if not for the fact I've had several public lobbies where people take like a 1-star bone picture. The bone literally doesn't move, and it's not going anywhere until you take it. How in the world do you get a 1-star bone picture? The only actually tricky one is the stumbling circle, where it's better to take it like this instead of trying to get the whole circle in the picture. Number 8. Getting yourself killed with cursed items. Aside from the tarot cards, the cursed items are not supposed to be used at 0 sanity. The Ouija board, music box, voodoo doll, and haunted mirror will all break instantly and start a hunt at 0 sanity. Other gamer ways to die are using the music box on top of the ghost and lighting the summoning circle during a hunt. Number 9. Everything you're about to see. Dude, I think it's hunting. Dude, where are you? Do you have a smudge? Why aren't you responding? I'm getting chased. I'm getting chased. The ghost is coming after me. That you live?
No.
Number 10. Forgetting about the bone. For some reason, finding the bone is a very forgettable objective, probably because it's not listed in the journal. I understand that in big maps, you can't really get the bone unless you're lucky, but in small maps, you should always try to go for it. And that's it. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.